Back here in the Saturday morning Sports Medicine Weekly, Steve Kashul and Dr. Brian Cole. Our producer is Shane Reardon, coordinating producer Tracy Toro. Our website, sportsmedicineweekly.com. That's where I direct you now because it's time for our Ask the Doctor segment, giving listeners the opportunity to have Dr. Cole address their specific sports injury issues. Very easy to get involved. Go to the website, sportsmedicineweekly.com. On the homepage, you'll see the picture of Dr. Cole and yours truly. Click on that link to ask the doc a question. I got a good one for you here, Doc. You ready?
I'm on.
All right. Is there any evidence about the benefits of intermittent fasting?
So, Steve, this has been a very hot topic, and there was a book written about a year and a half ago that was a bestseller on the topic. And I will tell you that recently there was a really interesting article published in the New England Journal of Medicine, which, by the way, is very tough to get an article in. I have, out of over 600 publications, I have one New England Journal of Medicine article, one of the hardest journals to get published in besides JAMA.
Wow. And
they don't usually publish these types of articles, but they did. And I would say that this is something that will probably get lots of uptake, but it's not that easy. So the concept of intermittent fasting is that, so the typical structure is where you would fast for, say, 16 to 18 hours, and then you would eat over the course of 6 to 8 hours. And you would do that throughout the course of the week, but twice a week you would fast completely. And that means less than, say, 500 calories. So, you eat your meals over the course of 6 to 8 hours, and then you go with no food. You can have water for 16 to 18 hours, and then twice a week you fast, okay? And so you say, well,
That's
why?
Tough.
Yeah, it is tough. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I think, the concept is this concept of metabolic switching, where you sort of use up your fuel stores, so you switch to converting fat to energy, and that's really what happens. And what it also does is it improves insulin resistance. And the way we manage glucose or sugars is probably the most challenging yet important aspect of managing weight and visceral fat and all of these and fat storage. So what intermittent fasting does is it improves our insulin resistance. And it's also been shown to optimize brain function, neuroplasticity, which is a really important aspect of brain function. And it can lead to fat loss with retained muscle mass when you combine it with resistance training. So there is significant data, but as you said, Steve, it's really difficult to maintain. It's hard to do 3 meals a day in our sort of ingrained culture, and doing this over 6 to 8 hours. There is a big danger of binging when you're not fasting, because you're like, okay, I just fasted, so I'm going to eat tons and tons of food. Actually, Steve, there's been some data when people work out, they actually overeat because they feel like they deserve to eat because they just had a huge workout.
Sure.
So, and I will tell you that this trial and the dropout rate, the inability to sort of have lifestyle modification is a particular challenge with intermittent fasting. So it's hard to do, but if you're super disciplined and you want to do something meaningful and not unhealthy, that intermittent fasting may be the way to go.
All righty, good stuff. It's hard to do. I'm going to go get a bagel with some peanut butter on it, and maybe a pizza tonight, and then think about that Monday morning.
Don't let Karen Malkin hear you.
Yes, I know. No, she has changed. Our Karen Malkin, our nutritionist and psychology of eating coach, has really changed the way I think about food now. Good. And working out and water and everything else. So at my age, you got to watch it.
That is true.
All right. Well, we're out of time. A reminder, everyone, net proceeds from our show, Sports Medicine Weekly, go to support orthopedic research at Rush through the liveactivenow.org fund, one of Dr. Cole's specialties. Our producer, Shane Reardon, many thanks to him. Our coordinating producer, as always, Tracy Toro. Also want to thank David Cole for managing our website, which is sportsmedicineweekly.com. He also does our business operations. Then we thank Samantha Smith from Midwest Orthopedics at Rush. For Dr. Brian Cole, I'm Steve Kashul. We say so long. Thanks for listening to Sports Medicine Weekly here on The Score. Up next on The Score, Early Odds with Joe Ostrowski. Talk with you again next Saturday, 8 a.m. for a brand new edition of Sports Medicine Weekly, only on
670 The Score.